What's up everyone, welcome back to Pen and Journal, and today we are restoring the insect for this Delta Astra Green Ebonite pen, right, the limited edition. So let's get started. Right, so first off you can see that the section area of where the shellac used to be is being completely cleaned off over here, right, and the old insect has been removed, right? And what happened is about for insects is that the disadvantage, they age over time, right? The elasticity of the insect will kind of degrade, and how this filler system works is like this, right? Over here you have the barrel of the Delta pen. So this is the lever here. So when I lift up this lever, right, what it does is it presses a bar, right, metal bar in the barrel down. So if your insect is inside this, right, what it does is that this bar will actually depress the insect, and once you push this lever back into its original position, the lever will be released and ink will flow into this insect, and that is how you feel the system, right? But the disadvantage is that over time, right, the insect, no matter how you so-called protect it with, or how you increase its longevity with the dusting powder, right, it will still degrade over time, and is a very so-called primitive way to fill, right? But there's a bit of what you call a charm to it, if you will, right? So let's get started. So this is the new insect that I purchased from someone locally, right? So what we need to do firstly is, of course, is to trim it more or less into the length that is needed. As you can see over here, if you can actually do a dry fit to get call it approximation of the length. Right, it's not easy getting this in because it's quite a fit, right? So when it's in with the shellac, of course, it looks something like this, right? Then of course you need to more or less have a gauge of how long this insect will be, but you can see over here it's too long, right? It is too long, so we need to trim a bit off. Scissors right over here. Okay, so let's give it a shot somewhere around there, right? Somewhere around there, right? Not too short. You can see that I give a bit of a leeway here, right? So let's try fit again. Okay, right, I still find that it's a bit too long, right? Can be a bit too long still, right? Can be a bit still too long. So let's try to get it back to the length that's supposed to be, right? So typically suppliers will give you an insect that is much longer so that you can trim it to size, right? So I think this should do it. Okay, I want it to be not to be too short but not too long as well. All right, so let's give it a shot. Let's put the shellac in first, right? What I need to do is I need to clear all these things out of the way. You can get some rough paper, right? Okay, and the shellac will comes in. Right, so the shellac is here. right, with the shellac in, like so. Okay, the shellac is in like so. Put it aside. And then, here we go. Right, you can see the struggle here. Right, these are real struggles, but you get what I mean. If you didn't get it the first time, it's okay. Let's try it one more time. Right, it happens. Can be quite a pain, but you get the idea. Okay. Shellac in again. Alright. Very quickly. Going down on this. Right, try not to get the shellac on the pan. And I think you got it. Right? Just push it all the way in. Firm and tight. And we got it. Right? Okay, so we got the shellac in. And we got the ink sac in as well. We will do the dusting powder thing. You can see I got some shellac here on the barrel, right? A little bit of polishing should be able to take care of that. No issues whatsoever. I'm not so worried about the shellac on the barrel in itself, right? We can use a bit of polishing to get rid of the shellac, but it's looking pretty good so far. Right, okay. So it's just gonna leave this be. So what you can see is that try to make sure that the ink sac is quite parallel to the grip of the body, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but you get the idea, right? The ink sac orientation has to be straight as the barrel or grip section itself, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this to dry for now. All right, we're gonna come back and finish this off later on. All right, so now the shellac has already dried, so we're gonna put the dusting powder on the ink sac itself to improve the longevity of the ink sac itself. Right, so here I have some dusting powder. Again, all these I have purchased it from, I believe, a shop in Etsy. Alright, I'm just going to use my fingers. Dab some of the dusting powder, and I'm just going to go all over it like so. Right, I can put some of the section here to perhaps smoothen this part out so that when I put in the barrel, it will be a smooth fit. Okay, so here comes the barrel. So what I want to do is I want to line up this clip, this lever here, to the nib. So you can tell with the dusting of the powder here that actually there is a bit of smoothness, right? You can actually shift and turn the grip section area to align it with the lever here, right? So I try to align it to the best that I can, right? Like so. Okay, it's a bit hard to do it over the camera again, but I think it's good. Right, it's good on this. Okay, so you're pretty much done. Right, you're pretty much done with the pen. It's a beautiful pen indeed. So let's try to ink it up and see how it goes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to ink this up with Pelikan dark green, right? Make sure there's no dusting powder in the grip area. So we can dip this into the ink itself. Okay, there it goes. So deliver here. I'm going to put it up and then I'm going to dip this into the ink bottle itself. Right, so once it's in, we're going to release this so that the sac can draw in the ink. I'm going to leave it a bit longer before I remove it from the ink bottle. Right, close this up. Get to wipe this off. I'm not too sure how much the set can hold in terms of ink, right? But I think it should be good. And I believe that the Pelikan dark green is a bit of a drier ink, right? This is a medium nib, so I believe that it should be quite a wet lighter, but let's take a look. Right over here, and there you go. It's pretty decent, I would say. Not overly wet. See, it's not really overly wet. Very nice medium line western width, western medium line width. But as I go along, you can see now the colors, or rather the ink itself, is coming down nicely. It's darker now, right? The strokes are darker now, and the ink flow is getting itself regulated. Seems that there's a bit of dryness. I'm not too sure. Let's do some straight strokes. Apparently the upper stroke there is some dryness to it. Right, let's see over here. Nope, looks good. The nib is soft. I would say the nib is pretty soft. I like the softness of the nib, very pleasant. The stroke of the medium line width, it's a true Western medium, I would say. A true Western medium and a Japanese broad to me. Not too sure about some of the hard starts that I encountered so far. A pretty wet pen once you get it going, I would say. But the stroke seems to be a little bit inconsistent Let me see. So diagonally up, a bit on the dry side, horizontal across, you can see wetter and thicker. Diagonally down, straight down, it seems to be wetter as well. And then we have going from right to left, diagonally down, a bit drier, left to right, oh sorry, right to left rather. It's decent, not too dry, decent. And then from bottom right to upper left, decent as well. And then from down to up, a bit on the dry side on this. You can feel the nib a bit on, how do you say it, it's a bit draggy, a bit drier, going from down to up. But otherwise, I would say decent. Well, decent. But the ink itself, remember the ink itself, this is a bit on the dry side, the ink. No complaints whatsoever. It's a very broad rider. The medium nib is a very broad rider. Yep, definitely a broad rider. Not too sure, there's a bit of a hard start here and there. I'm not too sure if that is due to me rotating the nib. Yep, I think when I rotate the nib a little bit, there's a little bit of a hard stop, or hard start, so to speak. It's a beautiful pen, truly beautiful pen. If you're into green colored pens, this would be the pen to really go for, I would say. Literally, right? It's just a beauty, just a beauty indeed. So thank you everyone for watching again. God bless. Please subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. God bless. Goodbye and take care.